I'm Rachel Piper. Welcome to my channel, Size Diverse Pilates, where I'm trying to make Pilates more accessible to the larger population. Today, we're going to go through the stomach series again with our prop, king size quilt. So I have done another video on this where we moved it around on the body, but today we're going to focus on keeping this right behind the head. This is a super great option for those who have trouble being in an upper ab curl, or you're struggling, you strain in your neck, or maybe you have a fusion or something in your neck and or your upper back and you can't do an upper ab curl. This is a really great option for pretty much all types of people. Now, what happens when we're lying down and our head is down and we're not in the upper ab curl is that our abdominal muscles are a little bit longer, which means that when we try and take the legs away, it's a little bit harder to take them away and take them lower and then pull them back into the body. So for these exercises, we are going to take the legs a little bit higher, and that's okay because we're still working our abdominals like crazy during these exercises. So I like to say, like, doesn't really matter what it looks like. It matters how it feels in your body and if you're being strong and connected. So just remember that the whole time. Doesn't matter what it looks like. Okay, so we're going to keep this under the head for every single exercise that we have. The only one where we will come up is for crisscross at the end, but everything else, we're going to go ahead and play with it underneath the head and see how it goes. All right, let's come back for that one leg stretch. From here, we're gonna get nice and cozy on here. I do have a pad underneath here so this doesn't slip, but since I'm not really pressing into it with my back or the back of my shoulders or anything like that, it should stay for you pretty well just as it is. Now, the height of mine is about maybe a half of my hand height here. It can be as high or as low as you need it to be. If it's a little bit higher, it will help you a little bit sort of pull those low ribs back as you do the exercises. So from here, really important is that we're gonna try and be really long from our tailbone all the way to the top of our head and press the top of the back of the head in. It just sort of creates some space here if we can. Okay, first one leg stretch. One leg is gonna come in, the other leg is going to reach out. So you're gonna inhale and pulse, and then exhale to switch. As you're here, you're gonna try and press the top of the back of the head in, but not so much that you hurt the neck. And then you're gonna try and keep equal weight in both hips. So we're trying to stay equal, hip, shoulder, and pull in. And when you pull in, I want you to actively think that you're pressing your shin up into your hand and you're pulling that leg in. This is gonna build us some super strong arms for all the stuff that comes later in the Pilates work and just in life. You won't get bulky, you'll just be super strong. And then you can pull that in. Now in between here, you can put the legs down and you can do a little bit of a windshield wiper movement with the legs if that was a lot. So again, we're gonna try and keep equal weight in the hips and in the shoulder, create some length here, and then we're gonna focus on keeping those bottom ribs back, like all the ribs, but those bottom ribs especially back toward the mat when we do our work. Now we come to our double leg stretch, one of my absolute fave exercises, because I kind of feel like it's the everything exercise. Everything starts here and then everything goes out. And it's just super great. I just love it so much. So from here, you're gonna pull those legs in. You have those strong arms again, like super strong arms. Elbows are wide. You have a nice open chest. We're gonna inhale as we reach everything away from us, and then exhale to pull everything back in. Super strong pull in here. Your legs, again, may need to go a little bit higher so that you can keep the bottom ribs down and keep everything equal weighted, hips and shoulders. Reach it out and exhale back in. Doesn't matter how far out the legs go, doesn't matter if they're straight, and it certainly doesn't matter how high or low they are. Let's do two more. Inhale to reach, exhale to come back in. Last one. Exhale back in. Take the legs down and you can windshield wiper them. So good. Okay. This one's a little bit, this next one is a little bit tougher because both legs are up. So what I want to say first is that your legs can be bent, and that's a-okay. Other thing is that you can hold anywhere on your leg that you can reach, as long as you're trying not to pull on the knee here. And most likely you'd be okay anyway, but I always like to say that. Now, if you bring the legs up and you're like, whew, I cannot straighten those legs, I cannot even grab the legs, that is okay as well. You can grab a band and hold one leg, and you can take one leg out and pull it in with the band. That's totally fine. Otherwise, you can bend the legs a little bit and still get the same idea. So you inhale, you pull one leg in as the other goes out, and then you switch. So I'm just going to straighten the legs a little bit here. Think of it as like, as you pull this leg in, this leg from here is reaching out and trying to get as long and reach as far away as possible. And then the leg that's coming in, you get to stretch it by these powerful arms. So you really get to use those nice, powerful arms. So you're pulse, pulse, and then pulse, pulse as you reach away. And you're still trying to keep that nice long spine here, nice equal weight in both hips. Last one. That was definitely more than 5. I apologize. If you stopped after 5, totally cool, I get it. So windshield wiper those legs. It's very nice. Okay, then next one is our double straight leg stretch. This one, oh man, this one can be super fun if you let it, right? Because it's not about how far you go. Again, it's about how connected you can stay to your center. So for me, it's always like a game. Like, okay, how far can I go? Can I go a little farther? Can I go a little farther? Ooh, I need to bring it back. So if you think about it like that, then sometimes I just think it can be really fun. So from here, I'm going to put my hands underneath my hips because that's more supportive. And then I'm going to reach my legs up. Again, if you can't straighten the legs, whatever angle you need it to be, but as you go away, and I like the hands under, you want to keep, again, those bottom ribs into the mat, and when they start to pick up, you need to pull the legs back in. So really think about how you can keep your pelvis exactly as it is, and we can sometimes feel that. Some of us can, some of us can't, and that's okay. But when the ribs start to pick up, that's your cue to pull the legs back in and pull your center back into the mat. So I'm going to reach my legs up. I'm going to be nice and tall from my tailbone to the top of my head. I'm going to reach the legs away. Like, how far can I get? How far can I get before I have to pull back in because my ribs want to lift? So nice big inhale, hold us steady, then use that breath to pull the legs back in. Inhale to reach, exhale to come back in. Again, I'll do a couple here. Leg bent, pull the knees back in. Take the legs away, then pull the legs back in. One more. And then pull back in. Then you can take the legs down, and you can, again, windshield wiper the legs if you need that in your low back. And then just check in with your head. You know, maybe you just need to turn your head side to side a little bit. Hopefully, you know, with the prop underneath the head, it's giving you a little bit of ease in the neck and the upper body. We'll see. So now we have crisscross. And for this one, I usually, you have to kind of come up to cross over. Now you could potentially come over and do this, but I don't know how that would work on the neck. So we are going to move this one underneath the shoulders, and we're going to play with it just one side. Actually, I'm just going to scooch back. So from here, I'm going to pick one leg up just like this. And then from here, I'm going to twist first, and then I'm going to take my hand here. And then I'm going to think about how long my neck was before when it was down. And we're going to do 5, where we just take the armpit toward the knee and bring it back. Armpit towards the knee, bring it back. So my arm is not moving at all. So it's not like coming out and coming in. I'm only moving with my upper body. Last one, bring it in. Come center, and then you can come over your prop and do a little bit of extension. You could also windshield wiper the legs a little bit here, then come up into the upper ab curl. So for this one, I usually just say, like, if you have that stuff that I talked about at the beginning, you could just omit this one, or if you know your own variation, that's totally fine to do that. So we'll keep one leg down here, then we're gonna turn, and then we're gonna take this arm, we're gonna lock it into our back, and then we're just going to take our upper body, twist and reach, and bring it back. Twist and reach, and bring it back. 2 more. Reach, and back. Reach, and back. And then you can come back down, do a little extension if that's there for you, maybe a little traction in the neck, and then pick yourself back up and come on up. There you go. There is an option where, at least for the exercises, you got to have your head down so that you had a little less tension in the neck. It gives you the ability to sort of open up the shoulders, and it gives you the ability to really use these arms and make your arms and your back nice and strong. And then sometimes I just feel like when you have something, a prop to help you out in one area, it allows you to focus and feel what you're feeling on the inside. So it gives you more of an opportunity to be like, okay, like I don't have to worry about my head, so maybe I can focus on what my ribs are doing, or, oh yeah, my hips are kind of going like this a little bit. Let me just slow down and take my legs a little bit higher and work on my breathing. So it's just some fun things to explore, and I'm all about exploring Pilates and having people understand the exercises in their own body and then work from there into wherever they want to be in their practice. So I hope you enjoyed this. Again, that last one, if you have some fusions and things like that, you should always talk to your doctor, or know what's good for your body. That last one, that crisscross, can always be omitted. And if I'm being honest, I like to omit that one a lot, even though I should probably do it a little bit more. So yeah, have an amazing day, and hopefully you've tried this one and you'll try some of the other ones that I have. Thanks so much.